Hey gang, welcome back to the Comicbook Clubhouse. This is your old friend, Dr. Silver Age, Rod, back here with you one more time. Been a while since I made a video. Seems like I open every video I make with that statement. But we're back again. I got a whole bunch of stuff I'd like to show you. Don't know how much I'll be able to fit in, but I'll fit as much as I can in. Maybe I'll be able to make two videos, one right after the other, and then we'll post them that way or something. We'll see. But been having a whole lot of fun on YouTube lately, watching Eric Breen, Graphic Man, and Gratu Orloff. They've been doing a lot of live broadcasts, and seem to mix it up with each other. And they've been very, very entertaining, very informative. Love to see what they've got in their collections. Love to hear their opinions on things. I was able to sit in on one last Friday night. Had a ball. It was a lot of fun. And I hope to get to do it again sometime. I hope they'll invite me back. Had a blast. So if you get a chance to check out, I believe Gratu Orloff is the one who's originating the broadcast. So if you get a chance to check that out, please do, because it's a lot of fun. All right, so what do we got? I got a ton of stuff here. I got comics, I got toys, I got magazines. I got a little bit of everything today to try and show you what I got here. I don't know even where I want to start. I guess we could start with this one here, because this is the latest book I just got via eBay. If you've watched my channel for any length of time here, you've known that I'm trying to collect from Charlton. I'm trying to collect all the appearances of the Western hero Gunmaster, and he appeared a lot in a lot of issues of Six Gun Heroes. So and they don't pop up very, very frequently on eBay, and I certainly don't see them in the wild. And I look every time I go to various comic shops and stuff, and I don't see them at all. But I picked up a couple. This one here is just came in the other day. I've got another one on the way. This one here is, I can't remember what the number was, and it is number 75. So this is number 75, and he's prominently featured right there on the cover. I'm going to back that light up a little bit here. So, there we go. So, another piece to the Six Gun Hero Gunmaster puzzle in place. What else do I got here? Oh, I was able to pick up a new comic store. New comic shop has opened up real close to me. It's about 10 minutes down the road. So I've got a chance to go to two comic stores now. And this comic store has a 50-cent bins and dollar bins and stuff like that, and which my other one really doesn't have. They have $2 and $3 bins, if I'm not mistaken now, where they used to have dollar bins. Anyway, so I went in there, I rummaged through, I picked up a bunch of stuff. Just nothing fancy, nothing earth-shaking or anything like that. Just filler stuff that I knew I needed to fill in stuff from the 80s and 90s. stuff like that. Nothing spectacular. But he did have this book here, and it's one that I needed for part of my Go-Go Checks quest. And it is Batman 80-page giant number 182. There we go. I've been trying to find one in decent shape for a decent price. This one here fit the bill on both accounts. So I was very happy to get that. Now with that, if I'm not mistaken, I just checked the other day to see where I stand with my Go-Go Checks. Now they had 500. Now I'm confused again. It's either 537 or 539. I can't remember right now without looking at my spreadsheet. But it's either 537 total or 539 total that issues that DC published with the Go-Go Checks banner across the top. Of those, I only need now, with this one, it brings me down to 49. I only need 49 more to complete that quest. Realistically, I've said this before, do I expect to be able to complete that quest? No, because some of the books that are left are Batman and detective books that are the real high price ticket books. First appearance of Scarecrow, first appearance of Batgirl, if I'm not mistaken, first appearance of Poison Ivy. Those are books that I'll probably never ever own unless I come into the lottery or something like that. But the other ones, I'll pick up as much as I can and go as far as I can with this quest. For me, it's a lot of fun. It's a thrill of the hunt. Those were the first DC comics I remember seeing on the magazine rack, were the ones with the Go-Go Checks banner. So they kind of hold a special place for me. I've mentioned many times before. So it's always fun when I can pick one up and add to that collection. So very happy to have this one and add that into the collection. What else do I have here? Let's see here. I picked up, let's see. What do we got here? Yeah. These were from the dollar bin. Yeah, these were from the dollar bin. Well, it was either the dollar or the 50-cent bin. Can't remember. But these were ones that I just needed to fill in collection. Namor the Submariner, number 58. I believe that's his second series. Jack of Hearts, number 2 in the 4-issue miniseries. I think I just need number 3 now to finish that one off. Is Ragman, number 1 in a, what does it say here? A 6-issue miniseries, which I hadn't ever seen before. Cry of the Dead. So that's the first issue of that, so I'm going to try and pick up those. Here's a series I'm trying to fill in as I go here. Hawk World, and that's number 25. Is a Green Lantern, number 35, and I don't know which volume this is, but I do know it's one that I don't have. And here's from that same issue series, Green Lantern number 30. And we got some independents that I hadn't seen. And I do have some of the early issues of these. And it is the iBots. And this is number 7. I think it used to be called Isaac Asimov's iBots. Here's number 5. And number 4. And next up is a group that bunch of characters that I remember coming out in the 80s. They never really grabbed any traction in the mainstream, and you didn't hear a whole lot about them or anything. But it's the Justice Machine, and this is a series that they've done with Innovation Comics. And there's number 1. Issue number 2. And issue number 3. And I have a lot of their early stuff. I believe I have their first appearances and stuff like that. Because I picked up a lot of that stuff. We used to have a lot of local conventions, and they'd have a lot of local artists and stuff come up and do the shows. That's where I picked up the first issues of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I had those first 3 issues, and I still have some original artwork signed by them, but I long since sold my turtles. Back when I sold them, they were worth a lot of money, and I was able to finance more of my mainstream comic book collection. So, but it was, I remember stuff like that from Justice Machine and whatnot. Okay, next up is a character which I really like. It's the Green Hornet. This is the Green Hornet, I believe, not from the 60s, but from the 40s. It says Green Hornet Year 1, put out by Dynamite. And this is issue number 4. So whenever I come across these Green Hornet, I know I don't have many of their issues, so I'll pick them up. They usually are a pretty good read, and the artwork's solid. And there is another one, the Green Hornet Strikes, and this is issue number 2. And this one I just picked up because I hadn't seen it before, and those always strike my fancy when I haven't seen something before. And this is, it says Halloween Comic Fest. It's the Mighty Thor, Walt Simonson, number 1, and it says it was a free direct edition, and it looks like it might have been a reprint of something that Walt Simonson had done during his stint on Thor, but I couldn't see where they referenced it as far as originally presented in issue number whatever, blah 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 blah. But and then at the end they do a little short story piece on Journey into Mystery, 102. So, but that's a book I had not seen before, so I said, oh, I'll pick that up, or whatever it was, 50 cents or whatever. I'll take that. What did I do with that other one? Did I do with that other? Okay, there they are. Okay. Had them buried here. Okay. Made a stop at my local comic store last weekend and picked up my pull list, which there isn't a whole lot on, but I do still get some books. I pick up the Immortal Hulk only because I'm a big Hulk fan, always been, and I like this cover too, by the way. And this is Immortal Hulk number 44. This is kind of like a throwback cover almost. I like that. And here is Immortal Hulk number 45. And I'm sorry, but I can't tell you who did this. Joe Bennett. It looks like Joe Bennett cover. And then Captain America. This is done very similar to, I think they must have done a bunch of these type of covers. This is Captain America number 28. And this is basically a two-tone style cover. And then this one here, this was funky because I came across it by accident. I happened to look down and at my local comic store, they have the big main rack where they put all their books after the first 2 weeks of them being out. There's the first week when they're fresh, brand new. Then when they're the second week, they move from that rack to the second week rack. And then from the second week rack, they get put out onto the main rack. And they get divvied up and put into their series, so that the Hulks go with the Hulks and Avengers go with Avengers, blah, blah, blah. I'm sure it's done just like that throughout, all the comic stores very similarly. But ours has some boxes. They put short boxes down at the base of them sometimes with comics in them. And I just happened to look down and I saw this cover. And I'm like, oh, that's different. I gotta get that. And I don't know what it has to do with the story inside, because I went through the story inside and there's nothing about this cover on the inside. So I don't know what to make of that. But it's a cool cover. And that's the only reason I bought it. And that's not common for me. I don't usually buy a book strictly for the cover, because that's too much money for just one page, to buy for one page, But I did for this one, and it is Amazing Spider-Man number 64. I'm not a huge Spider-Man fan, never really have been, although I do have quite a run of his original series. I used to have way down into the mid single digits, but I sold off a lot of those early ones up to around number 30, but I still have like 30 on up. But I just was never enamored with Spider-Man. But this one here has got two of my favorite people on it. It's got Hulk, as everyone can see, and it's got a Hyperion. I do like Hyperion, and I like the Squadron Supreme or the Squadron Sinister, whichever way you want to go with it. Always liked those characters in that group. But this cover has nothing to do with the story inside that I could tell. So I got to go back through and read it again, because maybe I missed something. I know it's part of, what is it, down here, down there? The Heroes Reborn event that's going on now. And I am following that. I'm buying the main titles of that, not the all the offshoots, except for the Hyperion one. So we'll see where that goes. All right, and another series I really enjoy is Thor. And this is Thor number 13. And I've been picking up this too. This is Black Knight, Curse of the Ebony Blade. This is number 2. Black Knight is one of those little used characters over the course of my collecting. And I'm glad to see him finally getting a little mainstream love. And then this one here, this was another one that I just happened to see. And of course, anytime the Hulk's involved with a cover, especially Hulk and the Thing, I mean, when they got a throwdown, man, they got to get there. Got to get me a ticket. So, this is number 13? Yeah, number 13. The Thing taking one to the mush from old Greenskin. All right, and what else do I got here? This is, Jesus, a foil cover, and it is from Boom Studios. It is Berserker number 2, and I'm enjoying this series. It's something different, you know? It's something different. And I like the idea that Keanu Reeves is involved. And I'd like to see this become a movie, which I think it eventually will. I think it's inevitable. And I love Keanu's John Wick franchise. Those movies. Love those movies. So I mean, I'm really enjoying that book, that series. All right, what else we got here? We have another Hulk title, which I've been following, and it is Maestro, War and Pax. This is number 4, with the Hulk's Maestro personality from one of the timeline futures where he takes over the world and basically killed off all the superheroes and whatnot. And then we have Thor number 14. And Avengers number 45. I dip in on Avengers now and again just to see what's going on. I was always a big Avengers guy, and I've got the Avengers, their first original run. I've got that all the way up through till they stopped and then went to the funky legacy numbering system type of thing. But I dip in, like I said, every once in a while just to see what's going on, who's in the lineup, blah, blah, blah. Not anything to write home about for me anyway. I mean, I'm sure there are folks out there that enjoy it, and God bless you if you do. So, and then this was my big purchase there. It's actually my Father's Day present, early, courtesy of my wife. And it's Journey into Mystery, and I'm only collecting the Journey into Mysteries from 83 on up, from the first appearance of Thor on up. Now, I have everything from 83 on up. I think it's 124. And then it turns into the Mighty Thor and I have that run as well. But I'm missing just 2 Journey into Mysteries from 183 to 124. One of those is 87, and the other one was 92. But 92 is no longer missing, for I have found one right here. So now I am down to just needing 97, and I will have all of the Journey into Mystery Thors. So that was super. This is another thing, you don't come across these too often. You can get them on eBay, but when you get them on eBay, you're usually paying through the nose for them, This one here's got a little bit of writing on the front cover, but the rest of it is solid. I mean, it is in really, really good shape, So I don't mind that somebody autographed the front of it, to get the book in this shape, for the most part, it's going to cost a lot more than what I paid for it. So, I'm glad to have this book in there. Now it knocks me down to just one more that I need in this group, in the Journey into Mystery. So I'm thrilled with that. So, and then what else do I got to show? What else? Oh, let's see here. What's this stuff here? Oh yeah, at that new comic store that I told you about. Didn't want to click on that. There we go. Anyway, at that new comic store I was telling you about earlier, when I was going through the books and everything, that's fine. But he also has toys and stuff like that. Well, he had a Funko Pop. Now, Funko Pops are something that I just kind of dabble in just a little bit, only because it's something that could really grab a hold of me and suck me in. They have so many cool Funko Pops, and the collectability of them, having so many of them and to try and collect them, it's something in that collector gene, So I've been able to just stay on the periphery of that, and just not throw myself wholeheartedly into it. I only collect ones that I really, really, really like. I have, I think, maybe a dozen. Most of them are the Hanna-Barbera superhero ones. I have a Hulk one. I have a Green Hornet one, a Phantom one, But this one here just grabbed me. As soon as I turned around and I saw it, and I'm like, wow. And then I saw the price he had on it, because he was selling it on eBay or through Facebook. I think it was through Facebook. And I saw the price on it, and I'm like, oh. So I messaged him and said, would you please hold that for me? I'll be in within the next couple of days, and I'll pick that up. And he did. He was nice enough to hold it for me. So I got in there and picked it up. And so it's a first for me. So as far as Funko Pops go, and it's my first really big, supersized, mega one, and it's the Thing. I just thought this was so cool. Now, if they have a Hulk one, which I'm sure they probably do, or there'll be one sometime, I'll have to probably get that. But I mean, this was I know they're usually somewhere around 45 to 50 bucks. I paid less than half of that for this. So, I mean, I couldn't turn it down. That was just too good of a deal. I mean, it's just so neat, and it's pretty doggone heavy too. But I mean, it was just so cool. So that's it. Another first. So, and it would be the other one that I've thought of getting is the Galactus one. But it's just like, oh, I can't bring myself to pay 50 bucks for a Funko Pop. I couldn't do it. It's just like $50. What could I do with that $50? I could probably buy a decent comic book that I need and a pizza, So, I mean, I just can't justify it in my head. But, what else do I got to show? Oh, you've probably seen my latest edition back here. My Cosmic Cube. Love this thing. When I saw that they made these things, I said, oh, that is so cool. I got to get me one of those. And it comes with, I can't probably see them, but they got the Infinity Stones. They're just like the rough stones type of thing. It comes with 6 of those, all the different ones right there. And but this here goes. It does all the different colors. Red, orange, green, blue, purple. And then you can do the fade. It's just so cool, This is the one where it fades in and out with all the different colors. But it's pretty neat. I bought it on a website called Etsy, ETSY. I think they're still selling them. And it was a combination of the Cosmic Cube and the stones. And I think it was for like $31, something like that. So, I mean, $31, I couldn't pass that up. Said, you gotta have me a Cosmic Cube, So, loving that little Cosmic Cube. Comes with a little remote control. So, I mean, takes 3 AAA batteries. So that's pretty cool. I don't know if I can get to that other thing here. The other thing I bought recently too was the Ant-Man helmet. So, and then where's the button here? I don't know if you can see it. There we go. Turns blue. Lights, a couple of lights up in a couple of places. Turns red and then blue. But it's pretty neat, Thought it was a pretty cool piece. So, just another fun piece. So, whoa. fall over. All right, what else do I got to show here? Oh. Oh, yeah. This right here. For those of you who are as old as I am, almost 60, 59, back in the mid-60s, there was a cartoon on that I enjoyed. One of the few non-superhero ones that I enjoyed was called Milton the Monster. And I just happened to, one of the indoor flea markets that I frequent, happened to go in last fall, and they had this game. It was a board game. And I'm like, I'd never ever heard of that, never seen it, nothing. Milton the Monster board game. So at the time I had already spent a ton of money, so I'm like, I couldn't justify spending money anymore to buy that. So I put it back into the shelving and said, well, if it's here when I come back, then I'll buy it. It'll be meant for me. Well, later on, that was probably like October, early November. Well, I'm sure if you follow my channel, you know what happened to me in December, and I went into the hospital for a month, and then I got out, and it's just been rehabbing and healing up and everything. Well, we finally went about a month ago, and went in there, and I said, I wonder if that's still there. And I went in, sure enough, by golly, it was still there. And I said, that's it. It's meant for me to have. $12. That's what it costs. $12. Milton the Monster board game. It's missing only 2 of the colored wood pieces that, you move around the board. That's really all it has in it. It's got like a little spinner. Hold on here. We'll dig it out a little bit here. See, it's got a little spinner. So you just spin it, and then you move the number of spaces. And I don't know if camera can pick up the little wooden pieces there, different colors. And then the idea is to first person to make their way around this board up to whatever it's called, Haunted Hill. They win. Very simple game, which is my type of game for a very simple person, So I mean, I thought that was so cool, but I had never ever seen it ever in my childhood or when I was collecting. I've never ever seen that, so I'm like, that's pretty doggone cool. So I was really, really thrilled to just stumble upon this and add this to my collection. I love Milton the Monster. The Milton the Monster Show. It's just, you can't, it's a special time in my life. Those mid-60s, the late 60s, the early 70s, it's just, it was just a special time to be a kid. I've said it before, Saturday mornings during that time were a sacred time for a kid, You had the cartoons, you had, TV shows that were live kids shows. Like around here in Boston, we had Boomtown, which was a Western theme kids show with Rex Trailer and Sergeant Billy, and they would have live kids there, live in the audience, in the studio, and stuff like that, and they would they would do games and stuff like that, and kids would win prizes. In between, they would show cartoons and stuff. They used to show Stingray. They used to show Hercules. I'm trying to think of some of the other ones they showed. Can't remember right off the top of my head, but those were the ones that I really, that gravitated to me. That Hercules cartoon was always cool. It's part of the reason I think I like Rings is because of that. That and Green Lantern. But it's just, you don't see those type of shows anymore. At least I don't, not around here. We had that one. We had Major Mud, which was out of Boston, which was a space-themed one. That was on every morning, Monday through Friday. Same thing, space-themed. The kids were on the rocket ship. They had prizes and games and stuff like that. And he'd show cartoons. They used to show Abbott and Costello cartoons. Used to show Sinbad the Sailor cartoons. So I mean, it was a lot of outlets for kids to have entertainment, and some people might want to say, well, it was just a means of a babysitter for a parent. I never felt that. I still don't feel that way. I enjoyed it. If it entertained me and I wanted to be there, then I don't feel it was a detrimental thing to my childhood. So I love that stuff, and I wish there was something like that for the kids today. I guess when my kids grew up, they had like Barney and stuff, but that was still different. That was more educational, strictly educational. Like they didn't have like a Captain Kangaroo, and they could show you, Tom Terrific cartoons or something like that. It's just, or after school, the Banana Splits, and they'd show you Gulliver's Travels or the Arabian Nights or shows like that. So I just miss that kind of stuff. Probably just getting way off track here, but anyway. So, where are we at? Oh, we're almost at 45 minutes. Oh my gosh. Well, didn't plan on going this long, so I think we're gonna close off shop right here, and then I might do another one, depending on if I can find the rest of the stuff that I want to show. If not, then we'll post this one as is. Thank you so much for joining me. I always appreciate it when you guys hang out with me. Please comment down in the comments. Always love hearing from you guys, what your thoughts are, how you feel about stuff. Write down what you'd like me to show. If you want to see something from my collection or something like that, let me know. I'll pull it out and show you, So, really appreciate you guys hanging around, especially for 45 minutes. So, all right, that's enough. I'll stop talking. So, good to be with you guys again. Hope to be with you guys again soon. All right. So, you guys take care. We'll talk again soon. 6 to an even. Over and out.